Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Today I've taken a change of venue because we had a torrential rain today. It's still raining as a matter of fact, and it has caused some flooding in my backyard, making it difficult for me to get back to Farpoint Studios. So with that, we're going to make do with our current space here. And we're talking about Star Trek Discovery, this episode called Whistlespeak, which speaks to a group of people, a society here, which is a pre-warp, pre-industrial society that is very closely knit, very friendly to strangers, and very much welcoming to Tilly and Burnham that come in disguise. But what we see in this episode, of course, is that Burnham and Tilly are looking for a piece of the puzzle in their overgoing program arc. And in order to find that, they have to enter this temple. And the temple is actually something that was placed there by the Denobulans some several hundred years ago. And as you might expect, it is not far from the temple that Kirk lost his memory in and lived with the people there. He also discovered a temple of the people of Vol. In this case, these people are not quite as primitive. They have a pretty well-ordered society, and they are very loving and giving to each other, but they do need this temple to make the rain. And you can see where the Prime Directive is going to get in the way of all of this. But they have some interesting little things. They're able to mount their tricorders and communicators into contact lenses, kind of an interesting 35th century type of technology, which is kind of interesting. It keeps them very subtle there. And, of course, Discovery can't beam them into the temple because of some kind of energy output that it has or some kind of shielding, who knows what. It's always something. So they have to go and walk it. They have to mix with the people. This is the thing. And without telling you too much of the plot, this is another one where they enter Tilly in a race. Now, she was doing something in earlier seasons where she won a race, which did not seem to be quite credible. In this case, it was an endurance race. It was a matter of being able to stay standing longer than everybody else. It was a run, but not a fast run. It was one which valued the fact that you could keep going after you had lost every bit of energy that you had. And it's very in character for Tilly to be able to withstand something like that. So that's kind of interesting there. Now, there are a couple of twists on this that keep it interesting, but that's basically it. Now, that's just the plot. I think, though, that more interesting in this episode is one little scene between Book and the Doctor. And the Doctor has been struggling with this idea ever since he's been on Trill of having someone else occupy his body and him sharing it for a short period of time. And he's got this situation that he can't quite describe. It's nothing scientific. It's very spiritual. And it's not something that he seems to be able to discuss with Stamets. And so he seeks out Book, who is bored right now. He doesn't have anything to do. He's playing Space Invaders in one of the shuttles. And the thing that Book says a lot about people. He said, "You have something wonderful, but you, like all humans, seem to think you have to share it with somebody. You can't just enjoy that you have it." And I think that's very interesting. I think that says a lot about us as a people, as a species, that we really do need to have people around to help us enjoy things, or else it wouldn't be worth doing. I find myself doing videos like this. It is much more enjoyable to know that you're out there enjoying what I'm doing, and I hear back from you, and that's something that is very good for me. I find that I enjoy this more because that you're out there and going to the comments and saying anything, and it says something about what this what they mention in the show as well. So that's what I get out of that. I think that it's worth seeing. It has a good bit of action in it. It has some things that are credible. I think they solved some of the problems that they had where, Kirk would stand in front of the whole group of people and say, look, we're breaking the time directive. This thing is a big computer and you all are stupid and you better get on with it. Whereas Burnham, on the other hand, says, you don't need to abandon your spirituality, she says to the chief. And because how do you know that they didn't send us? So that's this story. That's Whistlers. And we'll let you discover upon seeing the episode just what the title refers to. It's not anything very important to the plot, but interesting and something I don't think they've touched before in Star Trek. So I'd like to know what you think. Please put it in the comments below. And of course, if you have not subscribed, please do so. And next week, things will dry up enough to where we'll be back in our regular studios. And until then, don't go far.